Hey, Dr. Matt here. So, why might you want to start the practice of intermittent fasting? The majority of people who ask me about intermittent fasting, or patients that come in wanting to start intermittent fasting, they're wanting to lose weight. They're not thinking about all these health benefits. They're just thinking, if I fast, I'm gonna lose weight, right? Not eating seems like the quickest route to getting the weight loss that they're hoping to get. So sure, with intermittent fasting, you can lose weight, no doubt about it. I've seen it happen time after time where people fast and lose weight. However, the act of intermittent fasting, it's so much more than a quick weight loss scheme, or this quick way of turning your body composition over. Many people, when they're looking at fasting or weight loss support, they're for weight loss support, they're essentially thinking, I'm going to lower my calories, I'm going to restrict my calories, and that's going to get me to this new weight I want to weigh. Never works, right? Quick, those quick things, those like snap, let's get this weight loss off, 20 pounds, 20 days. However you do it, it's just not going to last. So, people are fasting as a way to decrease their calorie intake. And the problem with this is that many people end up in a malnourished state. So they're intermittent fasting, they're eating 6 hours out of the day or so, and they're also decreasing their calories within that window as well. So now they're malnourished, they're energy depleted, and the process is actually weakening their immune system, which we do not want. That's literally the opposite thing of what we're looking for right now, is to have a weakened immune system, right? And that's not what intermittent fasting is supposed to do. It's supposed to be a tool that enhances your health, not weakens your health. So the underlying mechanism, or you could say that the foundation of living a fasted lifestyle that would give it all that star power, like this is why fasting is so awesome, is something called autophagy. And autophagy is essentially, so bear with me here, don't run away yet. Autophagy, is essentially the process of clearing and recycling worn out, aged cells and parts of cells, and then converting them back into energy for the body. So we want autophagy happening, otherwise we're going to die really fast. And another process called cellular senescence is basically the aging of your cells. Basically, the cellular senescence is the process of cells losing their capacity to grow and to divide. However, these senescent cells, they don't just go away. This is where autophagy comes in. And these senescent cells, they continue to hang out in our bodies, and they spread bogus information. They spread inflammation. They waste energy. Some researchers call senescent cells zombie cells, because they're just like there, not help us out, and hanging around though. And they are in the body, but they're not helping the body. In fact, animal studies have shown that when you destroy senescent cells, we actually slow down the aging process. Is there anything better than slowing down the aging process? And your health is enhanced by decreasing these senescent cells. And the greater your load of senescent cells, unfortunately, the more vulnerable you are to infections, to cancer, to diabetes, to dementia, Alzheimer's, and literally any other undesirable condition related to aging. So we want to get rid of these senescent cells. Of course, the more trash our bodies intake, the more processed food we're eating, the more we overeat, the more chronic negative stress we have in our life, more sleepless nights we have, the more chemicals we inundate ourselves with, pesticides, herbicides, all this, the more fear we put on our being, the more inflammation is going to be present, the more oxidative stress is going to be present, and all of this increases these senescent cells because we're causing DNA damage, and cellular senescence is going up. And that means that our body's aging really fast. So it's true that, just literally the act of being alive and doing life, even if we're doing all the right stuff, we're not going to just completely stop creating these zombie cells, but we're still going to create the cellular senescence. However, we can significantly slow down senescence, this process, by empowering the regenerative processes of our body. And, we could call this a double win, right? Not only are we slowing down the undesirable parts, but we're helping spur on and increase the desirable health patterns of our body. Less oxidative stress, less inflammation, more happy, healthy stem cells. So this is where intermittent fasting shines. This is where the sun comes down and says, this is good stuff right here. So as you're in a fasted state, you are promoting that autophagy that I mentioned, or mitophagy, which is the ridding of your tissues, of your cells, of old debris, old cells, old mitochondria, cells that are not functioning up to the capacity you need them to function at. So things like oxidative stress, inflammatory activity, they're decreased when you're in this fasted state, which this compounds, right? So you're slowing the creation of more senescent cells while also getting rid of your old senescent cells. Isn't that awesome? In fact, fasting has even been shown to increase the activity of what are called sirtuins, which you may have heard of sirtuins related to telomeres, and how if your sirtuins are not upregulated, then telomeres shorten faster and faster. Not a good thing, because telomeres are associated with longevity. Long telomeres, that is, are associated with longevity and decreased dysfunction and sickness in the body. So as sirtuin activity increases, which happens with intermittent fasting, DNA repair is enhanced, and the longevity of all this tissues and cells in our body is promoted. What happens with promotion? We like promotions, right? So we want to increase sirtuin activity. And increasing sirtuin activity has been shown to play a massive role in stopping the replication of viruses, like cytomegalovirus, influenza. Who doesn't want that? Who couldn't use a little extra help when it comes to slowing viral replication, stopping viruses these days? I think we all could. Or if we don't, we might as well have it. So on the immune front, I would also like to note that the clearance of these aged immune cells, that autophagy, the clearing of these senescent cells, it really is crucial to make sure our immune system has the capacity to mount a robust but controlled, it's key, we want robust but we want controlled immune response to pathogens that are going to show up in our body, or show up in our body, or on our body, because they're going to show up. So practicing intermittent fasting, it can support this massively. Also, if you were to have, say, an autoimmune condition, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, scleroderma, Sjogren's, the anti-inflammatory effects of fasting could actually serve to complement the other aspects of your nutraceuticals, or even pharmaceuticals, or lifestyle adjustments you're making to promote basically a more intelligent immune response, one that isn't feeding autoimmunity, but is actually curtailing and slowing and make it harder for the body to go down an autoimmune path. So intermittent fasting, it is fabulous. And if you haven't given it a try, I highly recommend giving it a try and see how your body responds. Because it can help on so many levels. And what I've just reviewed really is just literally the tip of the iceberg. And there's entire books, so many studies on intermittent fasting and all its vast array of potential effects. But the main thing is to consider intermittent fasting can help your body clear old cells. It can help your body repair DNA. It can help increase longevity throughout your entire being. Intermittent fasting can decrease overall inflammatory load and inflammation in your body. It can strengthen your immune system and create a more balanced yet robust immune response. And sure, you probably lose some inches, some body fat in the process of intermittent fasting, but that's just a nice side effect. That's a perk to just taking good care of yourself. All right, so in a follow-up video, I will explain, some considerations and, some of the benefits versus things you may not want to be doing, or you may not want to intermittent fast if you have this issue or that issue, time frames related to intermittent fasting, how often, what you should watch out for. Should I be, is there other nutrients or things we should be thinking about if we are intermittent fasting? But so it's not too long. I'll make a second video with all that in it. So be sure to subscribe, punch that like button. Make sure you share this with any friends, family that are intermittent fasting. They're into enhancing the health as a whole, because we want to literally get out as much health truth, create as much opportunity as possible to all our friends and family, so that they can make a decision that they can be confident in. And it's like, if they don't want to make a health decision, fine, but at least they have the opportunity to make that health decision. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. Let's accumulate health until next time we chat.